Both of these traitors do need to be arrested as soon as possible. But they're in the Dixon Senate office bill. I see it a form of trying to take over the government, form their own Congress and Senate. You can't do that. You can't. Which House office of senators cannot be used to take over the government, as they are not the primary location for legislative or executive functions, and the government power resides in the U.S. Constitution and the people who elected those representatives. The primary power to make laws reside in the U.S. Congress, specifically the House of Representatives and the Senate, which meet in where? The U.S. Capitol Building. The executive branch, headed by none other than who? Our president, is responsible for enforcing the laws and is located in the White House. The U.S. government is structured with a system of checks and balances, where each branch of government has direct powers and responsibilities, preventing any one branch from gaining too much power. The power ultimately comes from the people, us, who elect your asses of the representatives of the House and Senate. The president, who is responsible for enforcing the law. If senators form their own groups within Senate buildings without congressional approval, you didn't get congressional approval, it would likely be seen as a violation of Senate rules and potentially a disruption to the legislative process, potentially leading to disciplinary action or other consequences. I like the sound of the bottom. The Senate has established rules and procedures for organizing and conducting its businesses, and forming unauthorized groups could be seen as a breach to those rules. As again, such groups could disrupt the normal functioning of the Senate, potentially leading to delays in debates, voting, or passage of legislation, which is what their goal is. And no, you senators and congressmen, you cannot unilaterally devise a plan to create your own Senate, as the structure of what the U.S. Congress, including the Senate and House of Representatives, is defined by the U.S. Constitution. Any changes to legislative branches would require a constitutional amendment, a process that demands a broad support and ratification by the states. And I don't freaking see that going on. The structure and the biomedical structure of the Senate and the House of Representatives is established by Article 1 of the Constitution, so I can make you guys see that. Now, Article 1, Section 5 of the U.S. Constitution provides that each House of Congress may punish its members for disorderly behavior, which is what we have going on, and with the concurrence of 2/3 expel a member. Since 1789, the Senate has expelled only 15 members. So I don't know what Schiff and your Raskin and your dollar store committee is all about, but you're not allowed to do that without congressional approval that puts it together. Remember y'all's fake little January 6th committee you put together? That had to be congressional approval. This hasn't. So I'm ready to see some asses get expelled now. Country crazy out.